Today I will be exploring the symbolism of the shadow in the opera Die Frau Oehenschatten, analyzing the depiction of shadows in the Metropolitan Opera House performance, and uncovering the use of shadows and puppetry in other operatic pieces, and the use of opera in shadow puppetry. Before diving into the storyline, I'll be going through a brief history and introduction of this specific form of performance. I'll connect opera to shadow puppetry traditions from around the world, and give a few examples of other operatic pieces that involve shadows and puppets. An opera is a dramatic presentation combining storytelling, music, and theatrical performance. While its roots trace back to Renaissance Italy, over centuries opera has evolved, from elaborate productions to emotional intensity. Today, the Metropolitan Opera House stands as a global stage, showcasing the finest opera has to offer. The Met is more than just a venue, it's a platform for reinterpretation. Each production offers a fresh perspective on classic operas, influenced by the director's vision, the designer's imagination, and the conductor's interpretation. The German opera Die Frau Oehenschatten, translated to The Woman Without a Shadow, premiered in 1919, just after World War I. The opera delves into the depths of human emotion and the nature of identity. Hugo von Hofmannsthal created the libretto alongside composer Richard Strauss, who provided a score. The story revolves around two couples, the Emperor and the Empress, and the dyer and his wife. Having been rescued and married to the Emperor, the Empress lacks a shadow, a symbol of fertility and humanity in the opera. The lack of shadow not only renders her incomplete, but also endangers the Emperor, who is cursed to turn to stone if she cannot acquire one. The plot is driven by the nurse, who acts as both guide and antagonist. She convinces the Empress to venture into the human world to obtain a shadow by bargaining with the dyer's wife. The dyer's wife, portrayed as a conflicted character, is initially tempted to trade her shadow for wealth and freedom from the burdens of her marriage. The mortal couple's storyline is steeped in emotional realism. The dyer is a kind, hardworking man who deeply loves his wife. Throughout the storyline, the wife struggles with feelings of entrapment and dissatisfaction, making her vulnerable to manipulation. Through dialogue and visual cues, the moral weight of the Empress' quest becomes increasingly apparent. She begins to question the morality of taking another woman's humanity to save her own happiness. This internal conflict reaches its climax in a dramatic, trial-like scene where the Empress must declare her decision. Ultimately, she refuses to take the dyer's wife's shadow, an act of selflessness that brings redemption to all characters. The curse is lifted, the Emperor is saved, and the dyer and his wife reconcile, finding renewed love and understanding. The opera concludes with the Empress gaining her shadow as a divine reward for her compassion and completing her journey toward humanity. This narrative resonates with audiences through themes of sacrifice, love, and the pursuit of humanity. The shadow in this opera is more than just a physical attribute. It represents the complexities of the human soul. It symbolizes the hidden depths of the psyche, mortality, and the potential for both good and evil. Lighting plays a pivotal role in production through manipulation of light and shadow. Subtle shifts in lighting showcase moments of introspection, while dramatic changes heighten the tension between the divine and mortal realms. Costumes further enhance the interplay of light and shadow. The divine realm is made up of mirrors, which cause intense reflections when mixed with the sparkling costumes of the divine characters. The Empress's attire, often shimmering and light-reflecting, symbolizes her transcendental origins and contrasts sharply with the grounded, earth-toned costumes of the dyer and his wife. Herbert Wernicke, a renowned German opera director and set designer, brought a unique perspective to his productions. His production of Die Frau Oehenschatten contrasts sharply with other productions, such as the San Francisco Opera's more traditional approach, which embodies the romantic and fantastical elements of the opera. Wernicke's production, on the other hand, delves deeper into the psychological and philosophical dimensions of the story, offering a more challenging and thought-provoking interpretation. The idea of adaptation exists in puppetry as well. A puppetry performance is shaped by the troupe, performer, and artist just as much as it is the tradition itself. Strauss's music complements the visual imagery, with the orchestra often painting vivid soundscapes that mimic the action on stage. The combination of visual and auditory elements creates an immersive experience, drawing the audience into the opera's world and enhancing their emotional engagement. The use of music and vocals in Chinese shadow puppetry is essential to creating the atmosphere and enhancing the storytelling. The melodies and rhythms of the music can evoke a wide range of emotions, from joy and excitement to sorrow and suspense. The vocal performances, often accompanied by traditional instruments, bring the characters to life and transport the audience to different worlds. Similar to the use of music in opera, Chinese shadow puppetry employs music to heighten the emotional impact of the narrative and to create wonder and enchantment. Tolpavakuthu, a traditional shadow puppet theater from Kerala, India, is renowned for its epic storytelling and vibrant performances. The use of music and vocals is integral to Tolpavakuthu, with a dedicated chorus providing narration, dialogue, and songs. The rhythmic drumming and melodic chanting create a powerful and immersive atmosphere. Similar to the use of music in opera, Tolpavakuthu employs music to heighten the emotional impact of the narrative and to transport the audience to different worlds. Wayang Kulit, the traditional shadow puppet theater of Indonesia, blends intricate puppetry, rhythmic music, and vocal narration to convey complex narratives from the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The gamelan orchestra provides auditory elements that punctuate moments of tension, humor, and pathos. The dalang is central to the performance, manipulating the puppets with precision while simultaneously narrating the story and voicing the characters. The conductor in an orchestra has a similar leading role within an opera. Modern adaptations of Wayang Kulit have expanded the tradition, incorporating digital projections, contemporary narratives, and multimedia elements. These innovations are similar to the technological advancements seen in modern opera productions. By combining traditional techniques with new technologies, both Wayang Kulit and contemporary opera push the boundaries of their respective art forms, creating experiences that are both timeless and cutting edge. The thematic parallels between Wayang Kulit and Die für Ochenschatten also exist. In Wayang Kulit, shadows symbolize the intangible and the spiritual, connecting the audience to something otherwise out of reach. Similar in this opera, shadows serve as metaphors for the characters' inner conflicts and transformations. These shared themes highlight the universal power of shadows as a storytelling device, transcending culture and artistic boundaries. The nurse, with her sharp wit and cynical worldview, serve as a source of comic relief. Her sarcastic remarks about the human world and her manipulative schemes, such as tricking the Empress into entering the mortal realm, often result in absurd and humorous situations. These moments of comedy provide a necessary counterbalance to the opera's more somber themes, offering the audience a chance to reflect on the absurdities of the human world. The three brothers, side characters, also contribute to the opera's humor. Their bickering and exaggerated personalities create a stark contrast with the magical and ethereal world of the Empress. These comedic interludes resemble the traditional humor found in Karagöz, the Turkish shadow puppet theater. Characters like Karagöz and Hasivat engage in witty verbal duels and physical comedy, using humor to critique social norms. Similarly, the comedy in Die für Ochenschatten serves to illuminate the opera's deeper themes. Dialogue is a powerful tool for evoking a wide range of emotions. Through intense and passionate exchanges, the characters in this opera convey their deepest desires, fears, and hopes. Subtext and nuance also play a crucial role in the opera's emotional impact. The characters often convey their emotions through unspoken words and subtle gestures. For example, a pause or change in tone can reveal a character's inner turmoil. The visual imagery in this opera is just as powerful as the dialogue. In particular, the Red Falcon serves as both a guide and a warning, leading the Emperor to the Empress and foreshadowing the dire consequences of her shadowless state. The interplay of light and darkness further enhances the emotional impact. Similarly, shadow puppetry relies heavily on visual storytelling through the manipulation of light and shadow. Le Chat Noir pioneered the use of puppets and shadows as a form of entertainment, captivating audiences with its innovative and visually striking performances. Similarly, opera, while often associated with grand spectacle, can also engage audiences through simple, symbolic imagery, as demonstrated by the powerful use of shadows in Die für Ochenschatten. The combination of simple elements, such as shadows, and the more complex live actors allows for better control over the visual narrative. Manual cinema blends traditional shadow puppetry with live performance and cinematic technique. This innovative approach allows for deeper connection with the audience, who is able to focus on different aspects of the performance. In the opera, the shadow leaves room for interpretation. The use of shadows in opera extends beyond Die für Ochenschatten. From depictions as a devilish figure to reminders of mortality and divine justice, the power of shadows have been used to evoke fear and moral reckoning. Other forms of puppetry have also found a place in contemporary opera. From dynamic backgrounds to themes of intimacy and vulnerability, puppets have been enriching operatic performances. Lastly, I'd like to end with a company I stumbled upon while researching this topic. Opera in Focus, located in Illinois, combines opera with miniature puppets, showcasing the ability for both visual and auditory elements to create a cohesive and captivating performance. Shadows, a simple yet powerful tool, leave room for interpretation. To keep an art form thriving, performances must resonate with audiences on a personal level. Shadows allow this to happen.